friends, today we're going to be talking about how exactly swim tests go because so many people have asked me so many questions about it. So I'm just going to break it down for you, like where it is, what we did. I passed, obviously, because I am a lifeguard. So there's this place called Mickey's Retreat, which I'm pretty sure it's where most of the lifeguards go. It could be different for other lifeguards, but it's where I and the majority of the other CPs and even full-timers that I've talked to have gone to take their swim test. And it's just over by one of the complexes. You'll find it when you get here. It's not super hard. They're going to break the whole thing down for you. They're going to set you into different groups. They're generally going to be people you work with. So whether you're at a resort, there'll be people that work at the same resort as you, or whether you're at one of the 2 water parks, they're going to be those people. Not all of you are going to be shallow, not all of you are going to be deep. I mean, that's when you find out, or at least that's when I found out, whether I was casted as deep or shallow. So I found out from a couple other people, casted as shallow water, they didn't really want you trying for deep, they just wanted to see if you could do shallow. But if you were casted as deep, and as long as you got through shallow, they would recast you for shallow. I was casted as shallow water, and I was like, chill with that. When it got to my retreat though, like my swim test date, apparently there wasn't enough people who passed deep water, so they made us all do the deep water test, which is fine because it's not like super hard, but you definitely need to be like good at swimming or like have good endurance to be able to do it. And like I am a pretty decent swimmer, but I was never on like a swim team. So for shallow water, you have to be able to swim 1 lap there and back for shallow water. That's it. That's 50 meters in their pool. Their 25-meter long pool there and back. That's all you gotta do for the first part of your swim test. If you're doing deep water, you have to do 4 rounds of this back and forth. So that's 200 meters if you did the math. It's a lot. It's a lot to do. You're not allowed to touch the ground, and you have to either do it in breaststroke or not backstroke, freestyle. Breaststroke or freestyle. So it's a little intense, it's a little much for some people, and other people it's like, I got that, this is easy, I swim that every day. You know, definitely do laps if you get casted as a lifeguard, like, and you're not a swimmer, or not really, if you've never been a lifeguard before, you're not a swimmer, all that stuff, I definitely recommend training before your swim test, or at least like getting used to the water. So if they feel like you're not gonna make it, or if you're dying, or like if they just like notice that you're like not really a good swimmer and you can at least do that 1 lap, they'll just say, hey, congratulations, you made shallow, go ahead and get out. And then they're gonna wait for everyone else to finish and then move to the second portion of the test. The second portion of the test is going to be, if you made shallow water, you're gonna start the bricks. If you made deep water, they're gonna have you do something else before you get to the bricks. Because, you know, if you pass that second part of the deep water, if you fail the second part of that deep water, you're gonna have to do the shallow brick instead of the deep water brick. So with the shallow water, you have to pick up a 5-pound brick from the bottom of a 5-foot pool, going feet first down, pick up the brick, put it above your head and say, hey, got the brick, and then they just ask you to drop it down. They're like, congratulations, you passed the shallow water test. It's, at least for me, it wasn't hard at all. Shallow water test, super simple. The deep water test, if you pass your 200 meters all the way and you do just fine, and they're like, cool, now you're gonna go tread water for 2 minutes with your hands above the water to at least here. So you get to tread water for 2 whole minutes. You can't touch the ground, obviously, you're treading water. And they have you do it in like the deepest, at least when I was there, they had all the deep water people do it in the deep section of the pool. Yeah, so if you pass that for deep water, then you get a 10-pound brick from the bottom of, I believe, an 8-foot pool. It might be a 5-pound brick. I don't know, but I know it is, I believe, 8 feet. It is 8 feet. And if you pass both of those, that's super cool. And that's actually the end of your test. Before that all happens, the first thing you're gonna do when you get there is you're going to do a hearing test and do an eye vision test. They do the eye, at least for me, they did the eye vision test first. It could be either or, I believe. But yeah, they're gonna make sure you can actually be able to see with or without glasses. If you pass the test with glasses, you have to wear your glasses. If you can't pass it without, wear your glasses. They have you all like go in a clump. They bring one of you forward so the rest of them can't hear you. They ask you to read the line. You read the line. If you pass, you move to the next stage, obviously. So you do that. Once everybody's done that, they're going to take you to a different spot. They're going to have you all go in a circle, facing away from each other with your head down and your eyes closed so nobody gets embarrassed if they can't do it. They're going to blow a whistle and ask you to raise your hand when you hear the whistle. For the most part, a lot of people can pass this part. It is very hard, and the reason they do this is because it's such a safety critical role. So yes, you need to be able to see if a victim, or you need to be able to see if something's wrong with somebody, and you need to be able to hear if something is happening. Yes, there's splashing, yes, there's a lot of things, but you have to be able to do those things. That's why they do that. And so once you pass that, you're going to go on to the next portion, which is the actual swimming test, which I talked about earlier. So yeah, that's basically the entire swim test. Once they're done, they're going to bring you back in. If you passed, congratulations, you passed. They give you these fun little gifts. They're going to, at least for us, I don't know if they do it for everybody, but at least for my group, we got these cute little pop sockets. Because I work at the water parks, so I got a little pop socket. If you want to be a lifeguard, if you are going to be a lifeguard at Disney and you won't have any more questions for me, you can go ahead and put those in the comments below. If you have any questions in general or suggestions of videos I should make, you can do that. If you want to know how much training I had to do to become a lifeguard, go ahead and keep a lookout. I will definitely be posting those as well, about how much training I had to do to be a lifeguard for Walt Disney World. It's an insane amount, but I am in a very safety critical role, and it's very important that we go through this training for so many different reasons. So yeah, I'm really excited. I love my job. I've been doing it for like almost a week now, since my training's been over, and I've been here for just over a month, I think, about a month. Yeah, you have your swim test and your traditions and everything and blah 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 that first week, and then if you pass all that and don't need to be recasted, you're gonna go through training, and then after the training you're gonna do on-the-job training the week following that. And then once you finish your Kappa, I'm assuming they do Kappas for resorts, I'm not sure. I can ask somebody if you guys would like to know more information on that. But once you pass your Kappa, or like final day to make sure you're ready for your test, or ready to be put on the job, then you can start your job. So yeah, it was a fun time. So yeah, I'll get a video on that up as soon as I can. Bye guys.